Our community's most cherished holiday is right around the corner, and that also means Liberation Day is coming, so that means Liberation Parade will be here, and there's a few things you need to know in terms of safety, in terms of being safe, in terms of getting in touch with someone if you are in danger or need help. Sergeant Paul Tapao is here, the man on the case for that. And certainly a lot of folks wearing the badge and everything are going to be all up and down the parade route, making sure everybody has a good time.
It's a special event. You know, it is a diamond anniversary for Guam and the liberation, and you know, we're really the entire island, celebrating in accordance to honoring those who've come before us, and of course our survivors. So 75 years of you know, the celebration. It's that time of year, but you know, I would like to touch base on the expectations of the parade route, because of the fact that we're doing something unique. We're allowing the campers who are going to overnight for the Liberation Day festivities to stay a little bit longer. So, you know, again, I want to commend Department of Parks and Recs for allowing a smooth transition on Friday for the permit issuance for those who are going to be choosing to camp out for the parade. And, you know, we want to continue that etiquette on to the parade in itself, and in concluding with the celebration. So some few changes that are going to affect a lot of people. And on the 20th, if I may just do a rundown.
Sure.
On the 20th at 12 o'clock.
From memory, no less.
Yeah. So from Route 1, Route 1 and 4, all the way down to 1 and 6 by Adelup, both north and southbound lanes will be closed off. The outer lane will be closed off to allow exclusively for loading and unloading. Vehicles are going to be asked to move. However, you will have the opportunity to load and offload your equipment for the duration of the parade.
Okay, so just for people, if they're new to the island and say you're somewhere if you stayed in Tumon for the night, like you had a nice family night, but you need to get back down to the naval base and everything, how do you get all the way back down to Sumai?
You're going to find out on the come Liberation Day. We are going to close the roads by 5 o'clock, so all access north and southbound from 1 and 4 to Route 1 and 6 is going to be completely shut down on Liberation Day from 5 a.m. until the parade concludes. So you would have to take alternative routes, either go up to Route 4 or Route 8 down to Route 4 up to Naval Hospital. And
so basically through Regina Heights, and you come down through White Lady Bridge, and then you come out at Adelup, and then head over to
you still have
Big
an accessible roadways to go through to get to the southern part and to the northern part of the island. Now, here's the catch to this year's celebration, is that upon completion of the parade in itself, the outer lanes will remain closed, and we are going to open up the inner lanes. So the outer and middle lanes will be closed for pedestrian traffic. That means that campers along the parade route will be able to access the carnival grounds via foot. So we've staged 3 traffic control points for pedestrian crosswalk. So it's going to be designated by the Chamorro Village. One is going to be designated by the Superior Courts of Guam, and the other traffic control point is going to be designated by the intersection of 1 and 4. Now, people are going to stay for the fireworks and, of course, the carnival and everything. And we're still going to allow campers to remain at the site. However, we are going to ask the campers to please start vacating by 11 o'clock that night. So you have until 1 o'clock the next morning, which is July 22nd, Monday morning, to vacate the premises, because we are going to open up all thoroughfares, inner, outer, and middle lane, north and southbound on Route 1. So that's Monday. So that's like 3 days of serious events that are happening within that stretch of road.
Okay, now the day of the parade itself, for those of us who unfortunately won't be camping out, we're just going to go down for the parade. We're going downtown. We're going to celebrate. There's going to be strong police presence there, like all the time. Police are always available if you need any help and everything. If there should be an emergency, or say, like, you know, a child becomes separated from their family, what's the best way to actually, like, you know, get the assistance of a police officer?
There's going to be uniformed officers along every strip, every nook, cranny along that area. So within the parade route, you're going to have a uniformed officer there. Go up to an officer along the parade route. You're going to see them. You're not going to be able to miss them, because they're going to be situated along the parade route. We're going to have rovers. We're also going to have
those GPD badges are shining in the sun.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's you know, it's one of the days in the one day of the year where we have to really, you know, be at our best and everything. And you know, twofolds, we ask the community to please exercise proper etiquette too within the parade. This is our 75th anniversary. You know, there's going to be a lot of celebrating going on, and we ask people to be mature, responsible, and understand that this is time for celebrating, you know, liberation, It's a time to honor those who came before us, or who actually gave the ultimate sacrifice for freedom, and of course to honor our survivors. So this is a special time. 75 years. It's just testament of who we are and where we are as Guamanians.
Can I ask you, Sarge, how many parades have you worked with over the course of your career as a police officer?
Every year.
Okay.
For the last 20 years, I've been a part of the Liberation Day, event and everything.
Okay, so that's good, because I was going to ask you, because I've seen so many officers that I know, like when we go down there, and you see like officers, they're very, very nice, they're very professional, but even if they're wearing shades, right, they're always looking around, their head's on a swivel, they're looking up and down. As a police officer, there's thousands of people there, there's a parade going on, there's music, there's barbecue, there's 100 things happening at the same time. As an officer of the law, what are you looking for when you're charged with protecting that corner?
We're looking for, of course, for safety throughout the community. So what I like to do is I play the game called grids. I put everything in grids. I look at behavior, I look at mannerism, I look at just how people are and everything, and anything that sticks out that may attract your attention, that's where you focus on. And you also have to do a scan to see what's going on around her. So if you're focusing on one grid and something's happening here, you're able to identify either they're going to be related, closely related, or they may intertwine and escalate to something bigger. So that's some of the techniques that we use. But our focus is, of course, when I first started, it was always keep the kids off the float because they throw candy, and kids get excited. They tend to run under the float. So we ask parents to please, let's not all run out there when the floats are coming in and throwing candy. And I think they had asked the floats to make sure that things are handed out rather than thrown out of the floats, because kids have a tendency of running, and if they're tracked towards that candy that's under the tire, they're going to actually go get that candy under the tire. And once the float starts moving, then we don't want a situation.
Okay, so do we have a crime of the week this week? Okay.
Yes, we do. We have a stabbing that occurred down in Tumon. This happened at the Ocean View. I stand correct. The Ocean Plaza building in Tumon, and we're asking anybody who may have been present, who may have witnessed this, to please call Guam Crime Stoppers. Submit a tip online, and of course, if you want, you can call us directly at 472-8911.
Okay, so here's what you need to know.
On Tuesday, July 9th, shortly after midnight, officers from the Tumon Precinct Command responded to a stabbing that occurred at the Ocean Plaza building in Tumon. Now, the preliminary police report suggests that the victim was stabbed by a man only described as possibly a Micronesian, with his hair tied in a ponytail, and was in his late 20s or early 30s. He stands around 5 foot 10 inches in height, with a medium build, and he was last seen wearing a cutout sleeve shirt and dark colored shorts. The stabbing had occurred by the stairway of the building. As a result of the incident, the victim sustained injuries that required immediate medical care. If anyone has any information about this crime or any other crime, you can call our 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP, that's 4357, or submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
Okay, Sarge, thanks as always. 2 decades on the force. You've always worked, as you said, the Liberation Parade. Is there ever a time when you can actually just sit back and enjoy the parade as a civilian?
There was a time, and it was nice because...
That was more than 2 decades ago, I know that.
I had the opportunity of sharing that with my family. So, it's really, either you're part of the parade or you're working the parade. There's always that sense of giving back to the community. And, like I said, we celebrate 75 years, and we're celebrating that, and please, let's all enjoy it.
Well, I guess to the credit of you and your coworkers and your brothers and sisters in blue, every parade I've ever been to on Guam, it never feels chaotic. It never feels like something's about to happen, like it's out of control. It's always the most safe environment. Everybody just has a good time, and that's because you guys have everything on lockdown.
Thank you. That means a lot. It really does. It means a lot to the men and women who, have to endure the elements while out there, and making sure that the community understands the roles that the uniform officers play. So thank you. It really does mean a lot.
All right, we do appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Happy Liberation to you and your family.
Viva Guam, and happy Liberation Day.
Okay, and just remember, everybody, if you have, and actually you are going to definitely see a bunch of officers out there on the parade route, give them some bottled water. Let them know they're doing a good job, man. They appreciate it, like you said. We'll see you soon.